Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. Welcome to the update for Monday, January 18th, 2019. We got a free pick coming up in tonight's abbreviated college basketball slate. There's one game we're on, and we're about to give it to you in just a second. First, a quick note, if you've yet to become a member over at DocSports.com, just want to give it a shot. Real cool way to do it. Click on the link below this video and get yourself set up for a free $60 account. You can use those free $60 on any of my daily packages or anybody else over at DocSports.com. Great way to give it a trial run, and again, it all starts by clicking on the link below the video. A couple of things to talk about before we get to Monday's free college basketball play. We ended up 2-2 overall on Sunday. We lost in college basketball. We had to play on Loyola Chicago. Really thought they would gain some revenge over Missouri State for that ugly 70-35 loss back in January. A game where they were only down by 6 at the half and then got outscored 40-11 in the second half. So we thought they'd be ready and hell-bent on a little bit of revenge. They could not get it done. Did not match up well. They ended up losing by 4 points to Missouri State. We did win in the NHL. Couldn't believe, we were kind of perplexed on why the St. Louis Blues were an underdog late Saturday night going into Sunday morning to the Minnesota Wild. Even though it was on the road, the Wild were doing nothing special. Meanwhile, the Blues just continue to win. They've been getting healthy in a lot of places. I know David Perron's still out, and since he's been out, they've been red hot. But the bottom line is they came through again, flying colors. They ended up going off around even money, minus $1.10 after opening up a short underdog and got the easy win, 4-0 over Minnesota on Sunday. And then wanted to mention also that we ended up cashing a little bit, made a few bucks in UFC last night on ESPN1. What a horrible main event. We weren't involved in that, but Francis Ngannou was able to get the win over Cain Velasquez, and just what a joke. I mean, Velasquez goes out there, stretches out a little bit too far in the first 30 seconds of the fight. I think he did it in 26 seconds of the opening round. Hurts his knee. You see it bruise up a little bit. And then after the fight, he's walking around just fine in the ring. It could be an injury, and we'll see if it's going to be a serious injury, I would guess, on Monday with MRIs done. But, boy, if you paid to go root for Cain Velasquez, obviously you were not too happy with what happened, what transpired in just 26 seconds of action in the main event. We weren't involved in that. We had 2 fights on Sunday on the card. Our big winner was Sterling, a 4-unit winner over Rivera. And because he was plus money, we ended up cashing a few bucks for $100 per unit bettors, made about 120 or so. And we did lose with Holtzman, who was a favorite a little bit earlier in the card. But again, winning with Sterling as a bigger play. 4 units on that, only 2 units on Holtzman. We were able to make some money. And this fight run that we've been on over at Doc Sports since we became a part of DocSports.com back last April, we're now 13-4 with our 17 fights that we've posted at DocSports.com, and $100 per unit bettors after picking up a few bucks on Sunday, now up $4,300 in those 17 fights. So we'll continue putting on our fights. Whenever we see a good fight card, we'll let you know when those are coming up as we get closer to each and every card. So here's what's going on Monday. As we mentioned, short card in college basketball. Got one play, and I'm about to give you that free play in just a moment. I do have a play in the NHL, and it's available right now. It'll be a power play rated selection on Monday's NHL card. And we swept the weekend in the NHL, going 2-0, cashed with the Bruins on Saturday over the Kings 4-2, cashed with the Blues, as we mentioned earlier, over Minnesota 4-0 on Sunday. So that's what's going on for Monday NHL. Of course, All-Star break still at hand in the NBA. We'll be back with that on Thursday over at DocSports.com, and I'm sure we'll be back in college basketball premium action on Tuesday's slate. More on that on Tuesday's video. All right, as far as what we got going for Monday night, free play college basketball on Team 853, Illinois, plus 11 as we cut this video over Wisconsin. Game time about 8 p.m. Eastern time. And listen, the Illini playing their best basketball of the season. They've won 4 in a row. They've won 5 of 6. And it's a couple of teams that they've beaten, and the way they've done it that have caught our eye. I mean, you got wins over Michigan. You got a win over Maryland during the current run. They lost by 12 at home to Wisconsin way back in January, or just a couple of weeks ago, I should say, before this run started, a few weeks ago. And they had a bad night shooting, no doubt about it, including just 12 for 22 from the free throw line, while Wisconsin couldn't miss in that particular matchup and meeting. They were just hitting everything from both inside, outside the arc, and had no problem at all with the Illini in that first game, won by 12. But Illinois has made 47% of all their shots during this current run. They've been heating up. They've been playing a much better brand of basketball at both ends of the floor. And Wisconsin is the team that's been suffering as far as their shooting is concerned. Only 41% over the last 5 games. from the field. And the Badgers, they're not a big margin team, guys. They've outscored their conference opponents by just 4 points per game on the conference season. So in Big Ten action, they're averaging about 64 points per game. They're giving up about 60 points per game. I think they're likely to win this contest. They are a double-digit favorite after all, but I think the number's too high. I think Illinois is going to come in there, stay pretty hot as far as the spread is concerned, and hang that number. So our recommendation, our free play for Monday, short card in college basketball, but we like this one, Illinois plus the points over Wisconsin, your free pick for Monday night. Don't forget about the NHL. We look to make it 73-52 with our current NHL run. We look to go to 3-0 since Saturday in the NHL. It's available right now on Monday morning at DocSports.com. All right, that'll do it for Monday. If you like these videos, click on that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll be right back here Tuesday by 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific with our next free report. And we sure do expect to be back in college basketball action. We'll talk to you then.